Hey guys, story time! And you know, when I bring story time here, it's all about one or two conversations with the Lord. So, and I know that you've enjoyed them in the past. I think I've done like 4 or 5 story time, and these conversations with the Lord has really shaped my life. Like they've changed the course of my life. So, and I bring them here so that we can learn 1 or 2 things from there. And they come with a lot of drama. So, if you are new here, check the description box for the link. I'm going to try as much as possible to put them in the description box so that you can enjoy it. So let's go into today's story, into today's drama. So guys, when I came into the year 2023, the Lord has already told me that I'm entering into a new season of my life and I should begin to prepare. Like he's starting a new thing and preparation should be on top care. So he told me that he's going to bring people into my life that I'm going to learn from. I also have my teachers that I've been learning from over the years, and he said it in his word that he's going to bring people into my life, and I was so expectant of that. So I applied for this mentorship school I saw online on Instagram. I had to delay the things I wanted to do in the year, or reschedule it so that I can give time and enough space for it in my life. Even though I've not been picked, I just submitted application. I was open and I was prayerful, like praying, and I've already applied for this earlier on and I was rejected. So this is another opportunity to apply again, and let me put it here, it was free. So I applied. I was expecting, I wrote everything, like the essays, why do you want me to mentor you, and the thing I like about this person is I know that her businesses are working well, and she has a good family, a good solid family, and she's a Christian and she likes to enjoy life. So basically that was everything I know about her, and I've been following her for a while on Instagram for like 3 years or 5 years. So she had a track record of excellence and she's doing well. And guys, guess what? I was rejected. After taking time to write my statement of purpose, I was rejected. I felt bad. I felt down because I just knew that, what happened? Like, I like to learn, especially when things are going well for someone, like when you can show me results. I want to know your processes. I want to know how you were able to achieve those things, you understand? So I was down. I called a friend, and before then, when I saw the rejection email, I had to check my own mentors page or courses to know, okay, which one can I actually go for at the beginning of the year, so that can set the pace of the year for me, and I realized that the ones that I've wanted to do for a long time, the prices were just going up and up. I started checking that page when it was around 250,000, and I'll tell myself, I'm going to get money, I'm going to plan for it, I'm going to save for it, and on getting to that page, that same day I got the rejection mail. I noticed that the price has gone up to something close to 500,000, and I didn't plan for that, and I didn't have that at the moment. So I was just there. So I called a friend of mine to just tell and rant, and not rant in a way, but just to like, okay, since I didn't get the free mentorship school, I will try as much as possible to save for the main mentorship class, maybe later in the year, or maybe later in the year, or maybe next year. So I just had to do that to get over it. And I actually put on a post concerning this, that okay, if you see people doing free courses, free mentorship online, appreciate them. Don't belittle what they are doing, because you are not paying for it. They are actually putting work, they are actually putting efforts into what they are putting out, just because they want you to get blessed and they want you to be transformed. So don't despise free courses. I did that, and I was asking God questions during this period, like, okay, what do I do now? How do I go about it? What's the next step? But God didn't give a response. So like 2 weeks after, I got a mail from my own mentor, my own teacher that I've been learning from over the years, the one I told you that the prices of the courses have gone up, and she opened a mentorship, intensive leadership training class, and that is going to be free, and it's going to be for 3 months. And I was reluctant to apply. I was not really like, I will apply now, and this world, they will reject me again. like, I was just having that. I wanted to apply, but something kept holding me back, you understand? And God had to come in at that time. God had to actually speak to me, and He asked me, so do you want the other person to mentor you? And I was like, oh, like, I gave all the reasons I gave. She's doing well, she's fine. And God said category, she's not your teacher. And I was like, really? So what are you saying? Are you saying I should pursue this one? And we had a conversation, and I tried everything I could do. The application period lasted for like maybe 6 weeks. I know that if I can get this, it's worth more than any other thing. So I had to put effort into writing the statement of purpose. Why do you want to come into this mentorship school? Why do you want to be trained? Why do you want to come into this leadership training? Because it was more of a leadership program. And the Lord began to tell me some things that, okay, if you get into this leadership training, because all this while everything I've been assessing has been resource based on this teacher, based on this mentor. It has been resource based, courses online and freebies, and I've not really had contact with her. And the Lord said, see, this will bring you a step closer to her. So get into that application, apply and submit it. Even though I had this intuition that I was going to be picked, but I was still afraid. I called my husband, please let us do this application together. We sat down, reviewing it, and we sent it eventually, and I was waiting for the response. Guys, I prayed. I've never prayed, even for job application. I don't think I've prayed the way I prayed for this leadership training. I prayed. There was a day in church, pastor said, ask something from God. Ask something from God, something definite. That was the only thing I asked of God. Let me receive a congratulatory message from this organization. Like, I really want to get mentored. I really want to get into leadership training. I really want to be a balanced, person. Like, at this stage of my life, I really want to learn. Eventually, I was in church that very Sunday when I just checked my mail, because before they sent a congratulatory mail, they already sent an initial mail telling us that 6,000 people applied for that mentorship school. I was like, 6,000 people? How come? Like, what are people looking for? A whole 6,000. The congratulatory message came that, you've been accepted, you got admitted into this school. I was so excited. I was really happy because, I've been looking for the opportunity to get closer to my teacher. I've been looking for the opportunity to get closer to her, because I think it's time for us to meet, one-on-one and have discussion. I have, a discussion, and I was so happy I got that admission. Why am I giving you all this gist? It's just because sometimes I have 2 lessons here. It's just because sometimes we think we know it all. Sometimes we think this is the right thing for us. Sometimes we use our brain to process what God is doing in our lives, not knowing that God has different plans for us. Bible says something that all things work together for good for those that love God and are called according to His purpose. Everything, whether the good, the bad, God knows how to connect the lines for you. See, if I've been picked in that first one, I wouldn't have given attention to this other one. Do you understand? And God knows how to orchestrate your life. Stop trying to do things based on your knowledge, based on your understanding. Try as much as possible to seek God's face. Try as much as possible to know God's heart. Maybe if I've asked Him, or maybe God has said no, or what. But let's try as much as possible to learn to trust the process. Learn to trust God. It is God that has said He's bringing someone to my life. I should trust Him enough to, carry out the old stuff and hand it over to me. Everything that is happening in your life presently, know that, especially if you trust in God, especially if you have your gaze on God, just know that everything will work out well. The disappointment, the good time, the bad time, the ugly moment, just know that everything is working well. Goes dot. Don't forget Joseph in the Bible. Don't forget Moses. Don't forget Noah. Don't forget all the fathers of faith. Even you. Don't forget that all things work together for your good. And you understand? And that is one thing I learned from that. And another thing is, not everybody is your teacher. I can tell you for free, not everybody is your mentor. Because that was what God was dealing with me, that this person you want to follow, this person you want her to teach you is not your prototype in destiny, is not your prototype in the spirit, is not the kind of person, she's not bad, she's good, but she's not the best for me at this time. Can I still go and learn from her in the next 5 years? Yes, but at this stage of my life, at this season of my life, she's not the best person to bring me into what God has planned for me. On Instagram, that is a teacher. It's not everybody on Facebook that is your mentor. It's not every popular celebrity. Don't let me use the word celebrity now. It's not every popular pastor, the reigning pastor, the trending pastor that is your teacher. Everybody will be your spiritual father. Some people have 32 mentors. How do you guys do it? I don't understand. How do you do it? Not everybody should have a stake in your life. Know who is your teacher. Know who you should learn from, and learn from them, and be intentional about it. Yes, mentoring is capital intensive, and you should put your effort. You should be invested in it. Okay, and that is that, guys. That is it. I hope you've learned something. Yeah. If you are new, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, share this video, and be fine. Yeah. So, see you again. Next video. I call you blessed. Bye.